I'm Sophia, and I want to share with you a cool and unorthodox movement sequence to an armbar done without holding the arm at all. Okay, so I love doing this no-gi because it's kind of sneaky. So Barry's going to help me today. We are going to be going knee on belly, windshield wiping, our feet moving to mount, okay? And so our opponent is really getting on their side, like with a lot of conviction, and maybe they're like smaller, sneaky squirrel opponents that try to sort of go out the back door. So this is where I use the movement where I'm going to lift my back leg over the top to deal with this, to counter it. If I stay, he or she's gone out the back door, okay? So I want to cross face to stop them in their tracks. And now I baseball slide, keep my control. Cool, and then here, posting to square up. So what I love about this position is I've got them on this side with this arm kind of wrapped and really committed. So what I'd like to do here is go for a dance setup. So I have options. I can weave my hand behind, drive my shoulder through, extending, push on their head to get that leverage. And now slide this hand forward to tie it up on my bicep. The extra detail that I like to do when I'm doing the dance choke is I like to switch my hips out. Okay, so that I'm kind of slightly cranking their neck as well. And I finish this by straightening the blade of my forearm, which is right on the side of their neck. It's super uncomfortable. So that is one option that comes up when we dismount from mount this way, because they're so committed to being on their side and this arm is so exposed. But what I find also is that this setup from here of setting the dance up and holding onto their head keeps them isolated so that I can transition. And so even if I don't do the dance, I go for this movement, push on the shoulder, I drive my shoulder, kind of making like all this pressure one way down. So I transition and step over the other side, pinching my knees. And now from here, I can choose where I want to go. But one of the places I like to go the most is an armbar, where I'm continuing to slide my hand up while the arm just happens to be there because their arm was so committed and I reach for the dust. So from here, I'm going to keep this knee up, obviously, and keep spinning, okay? And this is so lethal that by the time I sit, it's already on, okay? It's cranking their shoulder here. And all I have to do is keep bringing my elbow back behind me and leaning back, and there's the arm lock. Okay, so let's take a look at this sequence again. Where we're starting off on the side control, we slide up, knee on belly, windshield wiper to mount, okay? Barry's really pushing on that knee, trying to get a knee in, trying to go out back door, okay? So I'm going to bail. I'm not going to stay and try to hold it. I'm going to lift my far leg over the top, wrap with that strong cross-face baseball slide, and do whatever I can to keep them stacked on their side here. Now I choose, but I like to do this dance setup. So it's this hand that's going to sneak behind while I switch my base. Okay, reaching through, cupping the head here. Using this hand to lock shoulder to shoulder so I can transition. Now this works the best when this hand is trying to fish through for an underhook. So I feel the hand come out the other side or they're pushing hard on my hip. Okay, that's when I know I've got the arm bar. Otherwise, I can still step over and get other good controls. Now from here, I keep switching, keeping this knee up. Keep this knee up, because that is what's going to pry their arm from their body. As I keep circling my arm behind, my elbow behind, trapping their arm with my elbow and my rib cage for this finish of the shoulder lock and the arm bar. So I'm going to do this movement one more time, but from the other way, with no talking so you guys can see the movement. Other way. we go. An unorthodox but very slick sequence from mount, bailing off mount to stay on top and going for some various submissions.